Hello, welcome to another video. It's been another year, another BrickSlopes, and so here I am with the BrickSlopes 2024 haul. Um, so yeah, I guess we'll just start. I've got it sorted by days, and then after we get through days, I'll show all the stuff that was included with registration. Um, versus the stuff that I actually bought. But so day one, um, you came in and you got this paper bag with the BrickSlopes logo on it. And inside that, you had some advertisements from some of the different vendors. You had this year's BrickSlopes figure. And then you also got your name badge, which this year they gave you two custom bricks that you could put whatever you wanted on there. So I decided to put my channel and like and subscribe. Um, and the reason why they gave you two was so that they could actually build the BrickSlopes logo into the actual like badge, as well as putting the 10-year anniversary brick in there. And so that's pretty cool. But then also included in that bag, we'll go over, there was this glass cup, which it's kind of hard to see, but it does have the BrickSlopes logo on it. And that's really nice. There's also a bag in there. From what I understand, everyone got different parts. I happened to get a bag of the green spaceman helmets, so that's really cool. Um, I don't actually own a green spaceman yet, but now I can buy the one that has the wrong helmet and give them the right helmet. So that was kind of neat. You also got a random bag of parts, so my random bag of parts was the green masonry 1x2 brick. So again, that was a pretty cool part to get. Then I suppose we can move over into games and such. So for building a bag this year, we did the Lego Space Mech, and so that was definitely more challenging than the polybag build that we did last year, but was a lot of fun. I did not finish, and so it's still in the box, but it's a cool set to have. And then I got swagged at the opening ceremony, and so I got this little water park gift with purchase. Not a whole lot to say about that, just neat little set. Always cool to get swagged. One of the reasons why we love BrickSlopes. And then speaking of swag, I guess I'll just jump over to this little Lego Dots Disney patch. I got that at the meetup that night. And so that's a cool thing to get. Then I also did the team speed build, where we built the botanical, I think it's the sanctuary garden, something like that. But I got to keep the frame that you can see there, as well as that bag of parts there. And then in that bag, which I believe you can see as well, there are dark green astromech heads that are, I think they're pearl dark gray with dark green printing. But those were from the seed part challenge. Those were the seed part. So I tried to make like a helix thing. It didn't work out that great, but now I have well more enough astromech heads than I will probably ever know what to do with. But so that was cool. And then the only thing that I guess I got outside of my registration fee on day one would be my draft picks, because we did the $15 draft where they drafted out another botanical set. You can kind of see the instructions there because I got the last pick, and it happened to be the instructions that have the QR codes on them, so cool, I guess. I got a pile of VIP points that I need to register at some point. Um, I also got that gray bag, or the bag of gray shield pieces that you can kind of see there. And then I got the little claw droid hand thing with the bar end. Um, I got that, a little bit of it in red and then a lot in white. But that's day one, so now we'll just move right on over to day two. So over here, we're gonna just move over to day two, and we'll start um, with the free stuff, because day two is where I definitely started to spend money, as there were vendors open, and they did a yard sale right at the beginning. But starting with the free stuff, we have this little city truck and burger stand. This was the speed build, and gotta give the guy compliments who ended up winning, because he got this done in, I think it was like 5 minutes flat. Um, and I had just finished the truck build. I had not even started on the burger when he got done. Um, but that was super fun. And then the more challenging event of that day was the blind build, which was this Creator 3-in-1 camera, which I was for sure not going to win. Uh, there are like internal mechanisms in there that I have no idea how those go together. Um, but it was a fun challenge to try and figure out. Um, and at the end of the day, hey, I got a free set. I actually kind of was thinking about picking that one up, so now I have it, um, which is good. Then the other sets to go over, or well, everything else to go over from the day two haul. We'll start with the biggest set, which was the first purchase of my day, which is the Lego Star Wars UCS Sandcrawler, the second edition. So that was super cool. They they call it a yard sale, where people, just regular VIBs, they can bring in their stuff to just sell with other VIBs. And so they had the Sandcrawler there for 500, and it's still new, sealed in box, which doesn't make a whole lot of a difference to me because I will end up building it at some point. But 500 was a pretty good price, so said, hey, yeah, what the hell. Then working our way down, I bought that little baggie that you can see. I bought that from, I forget the guy's name, but he was there with, I believe, it was Brick Tactical, but he was from Germany, and so he had a lot of really cool parts, and so I bought some of those, and I look forward to making a video going over those, because those are super neat. Then someone else had a Shore Trooper polybag, which I believe that's the captain. I'm not entirely sure on that. I don't have another Shore Trooper, so I decided that I'd buy that one. Now I've only got two other variants to get. I really wish LEGO would make a Shore Trooper battle pack. Um, but then I bought this Hobbit Blu-ray that includes Bard and Bane, his son, which, yeah, I didn't know. I can't remember Bane's name. I didn't know that was his name, frankly, until reading it on the front of this box. But I got that for $15, which I thought was pretty good. You know, two figures, put those at $5 each, and then you get a movie for another $5. It is the Battle of Five Armies, but hey, like, you know, oh well, it comes with the figures. And then from Straw Hat Bricks, they gave me a sticker with my purchase, but I bought a Fabuland figure that is a green bird with a large beak. So, yeah, I look forward to having that basically. And then there was another store. I'm trying to remember the name of his new store. But he used to have a Lego store here in Utah. He's had a couple here in Utah. And now he just moved over to Kansas. I want to say it was like Dirty Bricks or something. Um, but he had mainly what I bought were these junk bags, which are basically bags of parts that like he just doesn't want to go through. Um, a lot of them are like slightly discolored or dented, and you can see on this one there's some like Sharpie on the legs. Most of the clone parts, that's the problem, is they have Sharpie. So I like to buy those because while it might not be worth it to him to clean those off, it is worth it to me. Uh, and then I also bought some like specialized heads from him. Um, and so those were pretty cool. And then the last thing from day 2 that I bought were these Blacktron base plates. Uh, you can see one, and then the other one's laying down. Um, but those were pretty cool. I hadn't had Blacktron base plates before, so figured I'd go ahead and buy those. But so yeah, so now we'll move on to day 3. Starting off day 3, we'll again start with the free stuff and then work our way into the purchases. Um, so for the team blind build, it was this Creator 3-in-1 set, which I actually managed to keep the whole thing. Um, my partner just let me have the whole set. So that's kind of a neat story. If you want to hear that, stay tuned for my BrickSlopes 2024 review or overview. I forget which one I call them, but stay tuned for that video coming out hopefully soon. And I'll go over the story behind that there. But you know, it's a neat set, and I look forward to using a lot of those parts. Um, and then I also managed to get swagged again at the keynote speaker. Um, I think it was a keynote speaker. Maybe it was the award ceremony. Um, but I got this city stunts big loop thing. I look forward to figuring out how those loop pieces work and what exactly I can integrate those into. Those look like fun pieces to do. Um, And then also, I guess I should mention, uh, so I did get swagged with a bag of parts um, on day one, but they had, as part of the yard sale, which they did on both day two and day three, which was really nice. They also had a table which had parts or bags of parts that if you didn't want your parts or if you thought that there were better parts, you could take your bag that you received and switch them out. So I got a whole bunch of these olive green flower. They're like they go into the candle stem piece. They've got a bar connection on one end, and then they've also got the stud connection. So I thought those would be really useful, and I have sorted those out and counted those. So in that bag, I got, I believe it's 406 of those. So I'm looking forward to finding out what I can use those for. Then we also did, or I did the $25 draft that day, and so my picks were the gray macaroni pipes, followed by the gray 1x2 cheese slopes, and then uh, the black jumpers in both 1x2 and 2x2, the white uh, bar antenna piece with the anti-stud at the bottom, gold samurai swords. Um, there you go. Now you can see those a lot better. Uh, but I got those gold samurai swords. I'm not sure how many are in there, but definitely more than I think I'll ever use. And then the gray or dark gray jumper in 2x2. And so, all good pieces, all pieces that I think I can and will probably use in next year's mock. I'm not fully decided on what I want to do next year, but I've got a few ideas in mind. Um, and then as far as other things that I've purchased at the yard sale, I that morning I bought some of the D&D figures. I believe it was one of the former Lego Master people. I always tell myself every year that I need to watch Lego Masters. Because like this year, I think they had like 9 former participants there. But I don't know. I don't really recognize them. So and like especially in the crowd of like all of us VIBs, they kind of blend in. There's the few that I know because of past years BrickSlopes, but so I'm pretty sure that I bought those from one of the like former Lego Master people. Um, but and then I also bought the superheroes Hydra sub. Um, because it has that Iron Man and sand green. Like if you've been around the channel, you know me. You know I love my sand green. So I decided, yeah, okay, I'm gonna buy that one. Um, and then I also bought, I believe from Straw Hat Bricks again. They had a couple of those pearl dark gray stormtroopers, so I bought those from there. And then I bought a classic C3PO from I forget the store, but I also bought um, the Hungarian Hortail dragon from there. It was missing 2 of the horns. I found 1 horn in my collection, so now it's just missing another horn. But that's a cool dragon to get, and it's the last like mostly specialized dragon. Um, I don't know. I'll probably make a video one day talking about how I really like the specialized mold animals. I'm not a huge fan of the brick built animals, but some, especially now, are trying or are kind of winning my favor over. Um, but yeah, that's a video for another day, and that's the end of day 3. So now we will move on to day 4, which is the final day of BrickSlopes. So moving over to day 4, again, we will start with the free stuff, which it looks like I'm about as zoomed out as I can get, at least with this lens. But so I got swagged, and I helped out in the closing ceremony. Um, and so I got this Lego truck, the Lego truck, which that's pretty cool. I look forward to that, especially those big printed panels. Those are really neat, or at least they look really neat. So I look forward to using those. I also got the Lego Friends, the cinema. No Marvel movies playing there. But um, God, that was a dumb a dumb quote from Martin Scorsese. But that's a cool set. And I definitely look forward to that big piece with the cinema sticker. That's definitely gonna get some use at some point. Um, but so yeah, so I got that set for helping out in the line, and then I also got the Lego truck for just being swagged. And then I consider it free, but I could understand people who don't. But so we did Dirty Brickster, and I brought in sealed Galador, Nick Bluetooth, and I came out with the Lego Creator, three 3-in-1 sets in one set. Um, which I think is funny that the advertisement on the box says 3 sets, 9 exciting animals, which I guess could be true if Lego considers some of the, or I guess Walmart, whoever designed the box, but if they consider some of the animals like not so cool, because a lot of the builds have different animals with them, like the shark has the crab and the owl has the hedgehog. Um, so I think I counted it up, and it's like 15 animals altogether. Um, or no, 13. It's 13 animals altogether, and apparently only 9 of them are exciting, which I find that to be a little funny. Um, but so I consider that free, but I can understand if other people wouldn't, because you do have to bring something to Dirty Brickster. But you ultimately end up walking away with something else, so um, you know, up to interpretation on that. Then we move into the stuff that I bought on the last day. Um, so bricks and minifigs, I don't tend to buy too much from their stand. Sometimes I know I've seen in some years past they'll bring like really cool minifigure parts. I think it was maybe that was a Fan X, not a BrickSlopes, but there was one where they brought a whole bunch of Star Wars parts, and that was my dream. Like I was I was building Imperial officers left and right, um, but they had the Cloud Car, the new one for $10, so I decided, hey, yeah, might as well get a spare Cloud Car. Um, and then another store, they had the Jor-El polybag so I picked that one up because I didn't have Jor-El, so figured, might as well. Or I guess I did have Jor-El, but he's the Lego Batman movie, the one that's based on the Marlon Brando one. So I didn't have the Russell Crowe Jor-El, but now I do. And then there was a store there that they had Vader's castle, and they had it all built up. They had it listed for 140, and it does have all the figures. They're just all inside it now. But I was able to get him on the last day to sell it to me for 120. So I consider that pretty good to get a retired set for what it retailed for. Um, to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of a difference if it's in box or all built up because I don't really like collect sets to resell them. So if it's all built up, then good for me, I guess. I guess you can also see a little bit there. Uh, there are 3 of those Imperial Protocol droids. Someone was selling those for, it was $5 each, but it was buy one get one 40% off. So I think it was like $13 altogether. So not too bad to get 3 of those. Um, and then the last item that I bought at BrickSlopes this year was the second most expensive after the Sandcrawler. Um, I spent $150 to buy this big 3D printed Lego lamp, and it does light up. But you might be asking me $150 for a lamp. That sounds ridiculous. Which is kind of true, but it's not really just for the lamp. Every year, BrickSlopes does a charity auction for, I believe it's called Kill Hall Cancer. Um, and so basically, all the proceeds go towards that charity, and that charity helps out someone in the Lego community who is affected by cancer, and it also goes to like different cancer research places to hopefully eliminate cancer in future. So ultimately, it was just kind of cool to win an auction this year. They had the buildable Redbeard up for sale as well, but that very quickly started to get into the like $800 range, which is not exactly something that I can afford to just put down on charity. Um, I'd love to be able to be in that position, but to get this lamp is really cool. Um, so it'll be neat to have. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try and find a space in my Lego room to set it up. Um, but I don't know. My Lego room is already so well lit that I don't need a lamp. But hey, it's cool. And I do think that it's really cool that it is like actual Lego pieces, or at least molded after that, or printed after that. I guess printed would be the word. But so yeah, so hi, hello. This is what is known as a pickup shot in the business. I almost forgot to include a shot of all the things separated. So I've actually got them separated into 3 different categories. This first one over on the table being, I call it pseudo free, because for me, I always sign up for the drafts. So for me, that feels included in registration, as well as Dirty Brickster. Um, that to me feels free, even though you do have to bring something to get something. So they're all in the pseudo-free pile, but so that's my haul from the drafts and Dirty Brickster that you can see there. And then over here on this section of the couch, over until Vader's castle, so everything that is in shot now, pretty much. This is what I would consider to be everything free that I got with my registration fee, not including the drafts, but yeah, everything here in this shot was included with the registration fee. So overall, I'd say that's a pretty good chunk that was included with the registration fee. And then if we move to this corner section, that is all of the stuff that I bought. So I'd say that it's pretty comparable what I got from the registration fee to what I got from what I bought. So yeah. So anyways, I'll cut back to me giving you the outro. Overall, that's my BrickSlopes 2024 haul. I hope that you guys enjoyed looking over the haul in its entirety, seeing just sort of what different sets I got, and seeing what was free and what was not, and yeah, I think that's about it for this video. So I look forward to making a BrickSlopes 2024 review or overview. And yeah, for now, that'll be about it. So stay tuned and bye bye.